So hello class 7 students, welcome everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic of production of silk, that is from cocoon to silk, right, in your book. And this is the last topic from the chapter fiber to fabrics. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's move on to discuss this topic. Let's begin then. So in order to obtain silk, mulberry trees, remember, okay, mulberry. Here is a picture of mulberry trees is also given to you. Okay, this is the leaf of mulberry leaves, right? Mulberry leaves are there. So in order to obtain silk, mulberry trees are cultivated, or mulberry trees are grown, okay, where silkworms are reared and their cocoons collected to get silk fibers. Okay, we will now describe the rearing of silkworms, processing of cocoons to obtain the silk fibers, and making of silk fabrics or silk cloth from silk fibers. Right, so let's begin. Rearing silkworms. Yes, rearing silkworms. So as mentioned already, that a female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time, as shown here also. Female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. Okay, then the eggs of silk moth are stored carefully on paper strips or cloth strips and are sold to silkworm farmers. Okay, the eggs are stored carefully on strips of cloth or paper and then it is sold to silkworm farmers. The eggs are sold to silkworm farmers. Okay, then the farmers keep these eggs at suitable temperature and humidity under hygienic conditions. Okay, the farmers keep eggs under hygienic conditions and under suitable conditions of temperature and humidity. Okay, basically the farmers will keep the eggs in a safe condition. Okay, then the eggs are then warmed. To give a suitable temperature for hatching. Okay, the eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature for the larva to hatch from the eggs. Okay, so as to hatch from the eggs, so as to the larva will come out from the eggs, the eggs are warmed. Okay, the eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature for hatching. Okay, when the eggs hatch, the silkworms, say larvae or caterpillars, come out of eggs. Okay, again I am repeating that when the eggs hatch, silkworms, say larvae or caterpillars, come out from the eggs. Okay, the silkworms are then fed cut up mulberry leaves. Okay, this is done when mulberry trees bear a fresh crop of leaves. The larvae, called caterpillars or silkworms, eat day and night and increase enormously in size. Okay, the silkworms are fed cut up mulberry leaves. The silkworms eat day and night and grow big in size. Say after about 25 to 30 days, the silkworms stop eating and they get ready to spin cocoons. Okay, they get ready to spin cocoons. Yes, here on there. The larvae are kept in clean bamboo trays along with freshly chopped mulberry leaves. They are fed up with mulberry leaves. Okay, so the silkworms eat day and night and they grow bigger in size. And after 25 to 30 days, the caterpillars stop eating and move to a tiny chamber or bamboo in the tray to spin cocoons. After 25 to 30 days, the caterpillars stop eating the mulberry leaves and they move to a tiny chamber of bamboo in the tray to spin cocoons. Okay, that means after 25 to 30 days, the silkworms stop eating and they get ready to spin cocoons. Okay, the silkworms climb the say twigs placed near them, and they spin cocoons of silk fibers, right? Then, as you know, the silkworms will enclose themselves completely inside the silken cocoons in 2 to 3 days. Clear? Small racks or twigs may be provided in the trays to which cocoons get attached. The caterpillar or silkworm spins the cocoon inside which develop the silk moth. Okay, further development will be carried on inside the cocoon. That stage is called as what? That stage is called as, again, pupa, right? Remember? Okay. Now the processing of cocoons to obtain silk fibers. The processing of cocoons to obtain silk fibers. All the cocoons are collected at one place now. Okay, all the cocoons are collected at one place. A pile of cocoons is used for obtaining silk fibers then. Okay, the pile of cocoons is used for obtaining silk fibers. This is done how? The pile of cocoons is first placed in hot water. Okay, the cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. Okay, basically, say pile of cocoons are placed in hot water. Okay, hot water will, what it will do? Hot water makes the silk fibers of cocoons to separate out. Okay, hot water makes the silk fibers of cocoons to separate out. Okay, thus the long silk fibers are obtained by unwinding the threads from cocoons, and that process of taking out silk fibers from the cocoons for use as silk is called reeling, which is mentioned over here. A pile of cocoons is used for obtaining silk fibers. The cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or is exposed to steam. Basically, it can be boiled. Okay, by boiling, what happens? The silk fibers separate out. The silk fibers will separate out from the cocoons. Okay, and this process of taking out threads from the cocoon for the use as silk is called as reeling the silk. Okay, and this reeling is done in special machines. Reeling can be done in special machines which will unwind the fibers of silk from the cocoons. Okay, reeling is done in special machines which unwind the threads of fibers or fibers of silk from the cocoon. Okay, silk fibers are then spun into silk threads which are woven into silk cloth by weavers. Right. Lastly, silk fibers which are obtained from the cocoons are twisted, spun to form silk threads, which are also called as silk yarn, and the silk yarn is then woven on looms into silk cloth by the weavers. Clear? So yes, this is the production of silk, how the silk is processed, right, how it is made. So this completes your chapter. In the next video, I will be providing you the question and answers from the chapter. Okay, basically the exercise question and answers from this chapter I will be providing it to you. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.